That might be the last thing I was expecting to hear from you.
Well, considering how this little guy right here, considering how this is Disney property, and I warned everybody in the comments that I will be talking about Disney songs. I know I said it, and then Darwin, and then like Drone Kings and Darwin just had the audacity to say, "Just let it go," and I'm just like, he beat me to it, and I'm like, the first time I heard like "Let It Go," I think it was when like it started getting popular like on the internet, and it's like it's like people are still covering it. There was the guy who sang it in Disney voices, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not just the popularity that made the song like affecting on me, but it's also just like the message of the whole thing. It's just like it's almost like Hakuna Matata, but much more powerful. Like you don't have to worry about anything. It's not like you're shutting people out like Elsa did like twice on Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Once when she was little, and then once when she became queen, and then she ran away just so she could form her little ice kingdom or something like that.
Well, this is fascinating because I've never even thought about listening to those lyrics, and I think most people don't, honestly.
No.
But it's cool that you did and you got that from it. That's awesome.
Yeah, and like especially with like Frozen 2 coming out in about a month, and then there's this new song called Into the Unknown. I'm not gonna spoil like what it is, but it's just as good, if not better, than Let It Go. I mean, it's like we're exploring another side to Elsa, which we might be exploring in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
And what are some other good Disney songs? Oh, How Far I'll Go is another good one too.
What's that from?
Because that's from Moana. You know that.
Oh yeah.
It's about that. It's got like Dwayne the Rock Johnson in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is like Ali Cravalho's like first acting thing. It's put on. I think it's almost like put on her resume at this point. It's almost like people are gonna say, "Hey, are you that girl who's saying How Far I'll Go? And are you the girl who's like so versed into the waters to the point where you met a demigod voiced by Dwayne the Rock Johnson of all people?" I mean, that must have been a really hard thing to do, like especially when you get recognized for like the biggest Disney role out there. Not only was it like her first acting role, but it was also like her first voice acting role in a movie.
Oh yeah.
And I think she's doing like I think she's doing like Little Mermaid live. I think next month.
Oh, you mean like a theater production?
Actually, like it's kind of like part animated, part live action.
Oh, okay.
I think they're like kind of voicing it over somewhat.
Sure.
Yeah. I think, and Ali Cravalho is going to be voicing Ariel. I mean, like, you gotta admit, Ali Cravalho has a pretty singing voice. And so did Ariel's original voice actress, Jodie Benson. I mean, Part of Your World, like, whenever I think of, like, Part of Your World, I just think of, like, like Ariel, she's a girl like me, she collects all novelties, stuff like that. I mean, with me personally, I like collecting like a lot of things. Like I said, I like collecting like a bunch of toys and DVDs and stuff like that.
Sure.
I mean, it's like I'm turning my room into like a nerd den at this point.
Well, it's your room. You do with it what you want to.
Yes, it is.
Feng shui. You've got to make it. You got to make it a happy place. You got to make it a happy place to be.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So, how I should have guessed that those would have been songs that were important to you, Raven. Honestly, and that's certainly not a dig, of course, because I just know you dig those.
Yeah.
Oh, did I just? I just dated myself. Sorry.
I'm like a huge Disney fan, and I really like whenever I see anything that's like made by Disney, then I instantly just like get super interested. Like when Moana was announced, then I instantly just became interested in it. Just like saying like what the hype was all about. I finally went to go see it in theaters, and I gotta say I love it. And How Far I'll Go has been just like stuck in my head, and it's been stuck in my heart ever since. I mean, the soundtrack for that movie is really good. I mean, like Lin-Manuel Miranda really outdid himself, you know, besides doing like stuff for Hamilton, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all know that musical. Even King Jellybean loves it. I don't think he might have known that he did some score for Moana. I mean, he's gonna be super surprised when I tell him in a call.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, what other songs have had impacts in your life, Raven?
Well, I've listened like to like a lot of other songs just like back in my day, and there was like a couple like EDM songs from artists, you know, like Marshmello, for example. I like, you know, Friends and Happier. Friends is kind of more like a little fun song to listen to, like whatever, you just like pop it in and then just like dance to it, whereas Happier has a bit of a deeper meaning to it. It's about a guy that wants to get his partner to be happier.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order to make her happier, then he decides to leave. I mean, I think it's stated in the lyrics, I think like, I want to raise your spirits and I want to see you smile, but no, that means I have to leave.
Mm.
And it's kind of a pretty tough thing to think about, especially with like hardships in relationships and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And I know Cynthia mentioned Rocket Man. I also believe that Jason Mraz also covered the song.
Oh, did he?
Like,
I didn't know that.
He did like his acoustic guitar version of it. And then he like, it's almost like he captures like the tone of the song and everything.
Yeah,
and
like breaking it down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also, to think another song that has an impact on me, this one my dad and I like to share a lot, is Rainbow Connection from the Muppet movie.
Oh,
I
sure.
think it's like one of the most positive songs out there. You know, aside from all the other songs that some people might listen to, like, you know, High Hopes by Panic at the Disco, or even Rainbow by Sia from the My Little Pony movie, or Love Like You from Steven Universe, in a sense. And I just feel like it's sort of like, you know, just, hey, let's be optimistic. Maybe there's one side of the rainbow that we haven't even explored yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of, you know, talking about like, you know, look on the brighter side of life. There's like, maybe there's like a rainbow connection right then and there. Right.
And that's fascinating too, because I honestly tonight thought we'd get more people on to talk about like breakup songs, because those really stick with people. You know what I mean? Like they go through a bad relationship and they find a song that kind of encapsulates that relationship, and they listen to it over and over and over. Ask me how I know. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much like, I don't think like today, I don't think there's much like breakup songs as much as like they're used to.
I think you're right too, yeah.
You're in a bad relationship for some reason, and then you don't find a song that captivates that breakup and everything. I mean, like, there was like that little funny Ariana Dog song that says like, break up with your girlfriend because I'm bored. And I'm like, really, Ari? Really?
Yeah, that's not going to be much of a breakup song, is it?
No. It's supposed to like, you know, the r/nice girls in a way.
Yeah. There are a lot of those songs. God, now that you mention it, I'm thinking that Avril Lavigne did one that was similar to that. Wasn't it Gwen Stefani that did a song like that, where it was just talking about hey, leave who you're with and come with me, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and I think I like, there was like, I don't know if this counts, but, you know, it's like, you found someone that's like treating you really badly, and then like Shawn Mendes comes out and says like, I can treat you better than he can.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I have a friend from high school, who is a huge fan of Shawn Mendes. And because of her, I've gotten pretty hooked to Shawn Mendes too.
I hear you there.
Like, yeah, I mean, like I think whenever I hear like In My Blood, I think I just kind of start thinking about like some of like the stuff that I have been struggling with. I mean, with Shawn Mendes, he struggles with a lot of anxiety, and I have a tendency to get anxious a little bit too. But he knows that like it's not in my blood. It's not everyone else's blood. It's not in his blood either. And then we just gotta, just keep breathing. Like it's another Ariana Grande song that's not about like breaking up with somebody so that they could be with someone better because they're bored. I mean, it's just so meaningful. I mean, it's like Ariana just gets a little bit of like anxiety too. That's what I hear from the song. And then she just goes like, just keep breathing and breathing and breathing and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why, but for some reason I like I kind of keep listening to that a lot, just to kind of remind myself to, not to be so nervous and to just keep breathing whenever I can.
Sure. Well, you don't seem nervous to me, honestly.
Nope. Like I'm trying to be like I'm trying to be like really conversational.
Oh, you do a great job. You do a great job.
Here.
Yeah. Next up says Post Malone is the king of breakups. Welcome to the show, Mo. Good to see you again, by the way. Says Post Malone is the king of breakup songs right now. You're a young gal. Do you know of Post Malone?
Yeah, I know Post Malone. In fact, like Marin and I actually kind of listened to it. I think like Better Now might probably be like the best breakup song that I've ever heard. Because it's like he went through like a pretty bad breakup and he's feeling like better now and everything else. And I think there was also that one song from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse called Sunflower. And it featured Sway Lee. And it basically just talks about like this one girl. So Post Malone in his verse says, it's either his career or his girl. But he decides to choose his career, even though he's trying to be as gentlemanly as possible. And then he realizes how hard relationships can be. That's what some of his breakup songs tend to be like, Better Now, as mentioned before.
Yeah. And those are the songs that really get latched onto when it comes to, a relationship falling down, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in my day, there were several. In fact, I love the band Chicago, and I don't know if I'm showing my age again, but my sister literally burned me out on a couple of their songs during one of her breakups back in the day. You know how they had a couple breakup songs. She didn't turn me off to Chicago as a whole, but man, when I throw on some Chicago, I skip over those very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, like, would Bye 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 by NSYNC also count as a breakup song? I mean,
I don't know.
like,
I've never heard it.
NSYNC is like, just like Bye Bye Bye. It's basically NSYNC. The guy with like Justin Timberlake in it.
Sure.
He was in that boy band before he started his own solo career, and he started getting hits like Say Something with Chris Stapleton and Can't Stop the Feeling that was featured in Trolls.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I don't know much of their music, but I have to imagine that. I bet they fall into that as well. Absolutely.
And we're gonna take a break from breakup songs, and we're gonna get back to more positives. I think like True Colors by Cyndi Lauper.
Oh yeah,
it's also another great one. It just kind of tells you, hey, you gotta be yourself, no matter what these people say about you, and no matter how small the world is, no matter how dark the world can be.
That's true.
I mean, you are the light to your own world, and all the colors of the rainbow are just beautiful.
And that song means a lot to you, personally?
Yes, it does. Awesome. It does mean a lot to me because, I remember I have been bullied a lot in the 5th and 6th grade, and it was a pretty sad time for me. But whenever I hear True Colors, I just kind of think, what does it matter? I can just be myself all around those other people, no matter what they say about me.
Exactly.
And I'm not ugly like society says I am. I'm beautiful in my own way.
Who says you're ugly?
Well,
Well, no, I
don't
didn't mean
know.
that just rhetorically, but I can't imagine why somebody would say that.
No, I can't imagine anybody saying that to me either.
No, if anything, you've shown yourself to me to be just one of the most kind people in that I know.
Yeah, kindness is all that matters. I mean, it's the inside that counts.
Mm-hmm.
Really, and not just like what you look like on the outside, really. I mean, you might look pretty on the outside, but you also might turn into a jerk, and you might be ugly on the inside.
Yeah, it's nice to have a good cover, but it's more important to have a good story inside. That's what I always say.
Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover.
Precisely.
Or don't judge a movie by its poster. Sure, like by the look of the poster, it might look like the movie might be really bad, but once you walk in to go see it, mind blown.
Yep, exactly. And that happens all the time. Well, listen, Rachel, we're at the top of the hour, hon. So I'm gonna call this one a night. I so appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad to hear about the songs that have made an impact in your life.
All right.
And of course, this time,
have a good evening.
Yeah, this time now that you're on camera, I'll be able to do a cut of this one. So.
All right. All right.
All right. So thanks for coming on, hon. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.